All right, hey guys, my cord is in the way yet again. There we go. My lighting is kind of weird today. It's making me kind of red. So today is Friday, February 3rd, and I am just gonna get right back into the DominoUI LiveGrid. Where we left off last time was basically to the point of being able to start looking into the scaling whenever there's a large, massive record count that can exceed the size of the browser window. So let me go ahead and put me in the corner. I updated to release candidate 17 because that is out now. Raise up my display a little bit. I don't know how long I'm gonna make it today. It is really cold. I think the last time I checked, actual temperature is like 5 degrees. Is that right? But it right now the wind chill is -11, so it's a little cold right now. So I might make it an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't know. We'll just see how things go. I have a space heater on me right now. Hopefully that can keep my fingers somewhat warm. But right now they feel like frozen fish sticks. So it's hard to move. But with release candidate 17, I did clean it just a while ago. Seems like the live grid that I had before is still working, which is very good. So we're gonna have to figure out how to do the scaling of this, because this is a little bit difficult because of the fact that we're going to need to determine basically percentage of the scrolling and scaling the positioning. If you remember the live grid, we're actually using absolute positioning. Looks like I'm not doing translate because that, well, I guess I am doing translate. I thought I changed that from translate to using top, because I think translate had a little bit worse performance than just doing top. That could be the first thing that we change. So let's take a look at this live view plugin, minimize everything else, and let's see, where would that be? Translate. Let's just look for that. Yeah, I might be able just to do offset plus pixels. That might be enough. Let me just make sure that continues to work. Because it's going to get really weird because we're going to have to modify even the rows that are currently visible. Right now, we are only setting the offset, the top, before the row is added. But if we're scrolling down and back up 1 pixel by 1 pixel, the scaling is going to be completely different, and we're going to have to touch all of the DOM nodes that are currently in the table to change their top. So let's go ahead and load that up again, and that does seem like it still works even using top. So I probably need to do it in a way where we're readjusting upon scroll, but unfortunately right now the scroll is done before we actually load the other records. So kind of a catch-22 there. We would want to be able to post-process everything. And we can't exactly do after all or on all rows added, because this is assuming that there are records actually added. So if because of our LRU cache and we're scrolling up and down just a little tiny bit, yeah, we're scrolling, but we're not adding any new records. So if I were to console log this, I like to put my name in it just so that I can easily filter it out. On all rows added. So then in the console, I can just throw my name in there. There we go. It is called twice because of the fact that it causes a resize event, which ends up loading more records. So, but because of the LRU cache, it's only adding additional records on that resize, not replacing the other records that it already had. So it is what it is. But you can see that whenever I'm scrolling up and down, if I'm not exceeding, let me clear that. If I'm not scrolling past the point where my cache isn't covered, the scroll isn't doing anything. It's not calling the on after all rows added or whatever it's called. So we got to find a place for any kind of post-processing. But I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I guess the first thing that we would want to do is try to scale. If you remember from last time, Chrome is able to get like 32 million pixel tall elements, but with Firefox, things get really weird after 4 million pixels. Everything starts stretching and has little drawing artifacts, rendering artifacts. So I am not entirely sure what to do about that. I could probably just hard code it based upon the user agent. But I think for now, for testing, I don't really want to load to the max all 1 million, because that actually takes a while. If I'm doing it every time I refresh, you can see how long that took to actually load or generate 1 million records. But if we were to scroll down, what? That is bizarre. I mean, maybe we're going to have similar issues with Chrome? Wow. That is crazy. So if we scroll down far enough... Yeah, look at that. Starts stretching. Let's see where it actually gets to approximately. I'm not gonna try to pinpoint the exact pixel. But wow, that is gross. Apparently it has issues rendering. I think Colin had mentioned it last time. It's similar to the old bug in Minecraft whenever you get too far away from spawn. Everything, the landscape gets all weird. It's probably the same principle here. We're at record 400,000. Oh. So it's probably around 400,000. Because whenever I went down to 399, it's corrected itself. 398. So how many pixels down is this? Let me inspect that. That is, what is that? 16 million pixels. I guess. I think that's 16 million. I mean, we could probably do the math ourselves. So that's 42. So 42 times 398, 280. That is 121. So like 160 million. No, what? That's not right. Did I type something wrong? You can't see what I'm doing. Basically just using my index thing to do math. Okay, 16 million pixels. So yeah, 16 million pixels. Spotlight. I couldn't remember the name of that guy. So about 16 million pixels. It starts getting weird. So what if I were to do this in quite a bit smaller scale? Let's see, how can we do that? So let's open up the data table. And in the data table, I'm gonna move my mic a little bit because it looks like a weird black thing on the other screen. For the other live grid, I'm gonna try to stick around 5,000 records. That'll be a little bit easier. And what is our row height? What did I say it was? Like 42 pixels? 42. Is this condensed? Where's my data table? It's been a while since I've looked at this code. There's that. There's my button. Data table. Yeah, it is condensed. I mean, maybe it's because of the utility column. It's a little bit bigger. Maybe if we were to remove that utility column, because over here you can see that these rows are 31 pixels. Yeah, so, and if you remember, previous time that I was streaming, we dynamically determine the other row height, so then we don't have to worry about row height being different. All right, well, that takes care of that. I'm just gonna move that buffer over. So 42 pixels, 42 pixels. What can I do with 42 pixels? How many rows did I choose? 5,000. So that'll give us about 120 records or so. Let's just set the height, some random height, maximum. Yeah, probably 50,000 pixels. I don't know, something smallish. Yeah, the numbers that I'm using here aren't going to work very well. Sizing row. So here we determine the sizing. So total height is equal to math.min total height versus max body height. That way it caps. And we should probably make a determination of that we're scaled. Maybe I can just do the on the sizing row. Attribute scaled. True. It's a good variable to have. See, yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Because if the total height is equal to max height, that's not going to be very helpful. Can I do that? It's gonna return true or false. Yeah, let's just see. There we go, scaled equals true. If we were to, yeah, and let's check out the height. So it is 50,000 pixels. That is good. Should probably determine the row height and calculate the height based upon a factor of the row height. So if I do 500 rows, yeah, scaled equals false. Nice. But like I said, we probably need to do it as a factor. So if I were to grab the mod of that, is that right? Let's just see if that's right. So this one's going to be scaled. And we have 49980. How many records? We have 5,000, and these are all 42 pixels. I should probably just grab a calculator and keep that handy. And 50,000 or 5,000 records. Well, actually, 49980 divided by 42. Yeah, that's an even number. That way we don't have an issue where like scrolling all the way down to the bottom, that part of a row is visible. We want to make sure that it's at least anchored accordingly. I wonder if I should make this a field instead of a local variable, because we're going to need this for any kind of scaling. I don't want to have to constantly grab the filter count, multiplying it and doing all that math all the time. We only need to do it, I mean, technically we're doing it every time we scroll, only whenever new rows are added. So let's just go ahead and split that. There's probably a key binding for this, but I don't know it. All right. So if we do that, we have the sizing row, we have the scaled there. I mean, we could probably calculate the scale, right? Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need the, we're gonna have to do the math on this anyways. I think this is, yeah, this is just calling size. So this is going to return a field, so it doesn't have to calculate anything. So that's good. Yeah. I guess we didn't have to do anything special with that, but we do need to at least capture the rounded off one. So it's probably good that we captured the total height as a field, because we're going to need to scale. I'm not sure where a good place to put this. What did I call it? Is it resized? No. Yeah, sizing row. Why can't I see that? Oh, I think I, am I in a class? Yeah, I'm inside of the LRU cache. My mistake. There we go. It's like, why can't I see this variable? Sizing row. I guess it only has, so I think the widget library, the old GWT one, you had the ability to get and set properties and stuff like that. I wonder if I should just do like a JS as property map. What do you think? Because I don't want to have to parse a string every single time. Yeah, I might do that. So then here, private. Can I just do that? Why is that package private? is that package private? Or, yeah. And non-final. JS property map. Oops. I'm only going to use integer on it. Can I do that? Or do I really need to do object? Ah, it does return just of object. That's fine. Should be able to see this, right? You know, let's do false, because here we can just return y. Else, not else, but return 5. To do. All right, so this is going to be where we find the top equals. Yeah, that's right here. We're going to have to scale this, but it's like I still need to figure out how to deal with the other stuff. All right. All right, so they're all going to be on 5. So if I scroll here, it loads more. They're all going to set the top as 5. So they're all quote unquote scaled. That is perfectly fine. So now we just got to figure out that scale. So total height. It's all going to be based on total height. I think I need multiple values in here, because I need to know where our last scroll top, right? Because it's scaled based on the scroll top. Let me see. Let me see what I'm doing. Let's think through this. Because if I'm scrolled to 0, it's going to determine which records can be found within that. So yeah, we're gonna need our scroll position. So last scroll top. So if our scroll top is 0 divided by total height, it doesn't matter, it's going to be 0. Probably just need to console out this stuff for now. Go ahead, debugger. Let's just pause things right there. Let's see what we got. I should have probably printed out the values. Let me just do that. There we go. All right, so last scroll top. Last scroll top is 839. Does that sound right? Did I really go down 839 pixels? I thought I just used the wheel mouse a little bit. And my total height. So we're probably just going to want to see the other percentage of the way down. What is our total height? Well, let's just say 50,000. So if we scroll down 25,000, that's 50%. So it's the last scroll top divided by total height is going to get the percentage scrolled. And that's kind of our scale, right? No, that's not our scale. I guess it's... we probably need to throw on the extra values here. Yeah, we got that total height. I just throw the other scale in here. So it's really total height. Because we need the real height. Let me I don't really need that, do I? Because I think if I take a look at that sizing row. Yeah, the offset height. That'll give us the actual height, so I don't really need to store this as a variable, a field. I'm just going to change that back here. So the total height is that, but that's not going to be the set height. All right. Thinking through this, we have the total height. That's based upon, it's not total height, but it's like needed height. Needed height, right? Because if we were to display all of the records, we would need the row count, the filter rate count, times the row height. So that's the needed height. But whether or not we'll be able to actually render that entire height is yet to be seen. So in this particular case, we have the set height, physical height, is going to be the minimum of those two values. And then the physical height, I mean, is this, how's this impacted if the needed height is the minimum? That would return 0, right? So then it's not going to impact that. I mean, we could probably test that out. Let me remove that debugger. Throw in like 50 records. Why is it scaled? Because 50 times 42. Why is that scaled? Oh, it's because, haha, I changed the variable name. It's not scaled anymore. Let me just return y. Just for now. I forgot that I did that. Yeah, the cold's starting to get to me. All right, so 50. So in here, looks like it shows all 50. We don't have any weird artifacting or partial record showing, so that is actually good. Cool. So we have the physical height is going to be the minimum of either the maximum height allowed or the needed height, whichever one. And then we trim it, removing the modulus of that. So then if the needed height is not equal to the physical height, that means that we have to scale. So in that particular case, the scale is going to be, let's think about that. So if we have 50,000, what we need, so let's say that this is the needed rows, and then we have the physical, which is going to be smaller than that, and let's just say 3,000. Is that the right way? 16. That might be either way. Which direction was that? That was needed height divided by physical height. And that's going to be my scale. So then it doesn't seem right. Yeah, that might be right. Because I would have to multiply something by 16. Brain's not working today in the cold. But we can't do that. It all has to be based upon the scroll location because we can't scale it in the same way. Because then we're going to end up having some overlap because of how doubles work, math. Because we need to set the offset based upon the scroll location and the index of each one of them. Yeah, this is not gonna be fun. Trying to figure out how to do that. So if we scale the offset, that doesn't make any sense. We're gonna have to grab on the first one, but not the subsequent ones. We're not gonna be able to set the top here. I mean, we can set it to 0 for now, but we're gonna have to figure out that offset. boy. Synchronize view from scroll. Probably need to do like a deferred or something. Because if we're loading data, then we could that may not be correct. Because I could probably load data even if the records already exist in the cache, right? All right, let's take a look at this. So here we touch the current view range. If they're equal, meaning that we didn't scroll, then we just return. And this is going to have to change too, because this is going to be based upon our scroll, right? Yeah, let's scroll top right there. I'm having to remember how I wrote this. Table height. What am I using that for? So that's just making a guess as to how many records can be shown, but I had to use the table height, which is actually going to include the headers and stuff. So I'm actually making the view a little bit larger to accommodate the table, because I don't really have a good measurement of this stuff right here. That's weird. My Roomba kicked off apparently. It's like, why am I getting a notification about my room being cleaned? So yeah, there's not a really good way to figure out what this view area size is. So I ended up using the entire table height, knowing that it was going to be a little bit, but I think the height of the headers is negligible for what we're actually needing. So here I'm grabbing the floor of the last scroll top divided by the row height and do all the math max stuff to figure out the start index based upon where we're currently scrolled. But that has to be scaled. That's a double, isn't it? You can probably overload this. Probably throw the int one into the double. So that'll figure out the other view range. Scaled view range based upon where we're currently scrolled. That seems legit enough. I think I did this as a double. I'm just gonna cast it. Don't know if I'll ever actually need that or not, but we got the scale. Rows. Am I still returning 5 on all of these? Or wait, I'm setting the top to 0. So that is probably 1 through 14 if I were to look at all of the other row data indexes. Well, 0 through 13. Yeah, whenever I scroll, you can see that it shows 15 there. 16. So it is loading new ones. Is this scaled? Oh, now I can't see it. Can I get properties from this? Where are the properties kept? Or wait. Am I putting this on the element? Oh, this is the builder. I need the element. I don't know where that was going then. It was just on the other builder itself. There we go. Scale is 4. 50,000. It doesn't seem right. Because 50,000 divided by 5,000 is 10. Oh. I'm gonna have to deal with this text real quick. I'll be right back. All right, this is going to be a little bit longer of a break, unfortunately. So I am just going to turn up the stream beats a little bit. I don't know how long this is going to be. I'll probably throw on my start thing, even though it's going to be longer than 10 minutes. So I apologize. I got a text, a return I've been trying to do for a while. They're finally able to come and pick it up. So let me go deal with that real quick. All right. Sorry about the delay. So I'm returning a king size mattress. I'm the only one in the house, so I had to end up moving the mattress downstairs by myself. So I'm a little winded right now. So I am probably going to move my screen a little bit. And I am going to probably go silent for a little bit so I can catch my breath. All right, I can probably talk a little bit. So where were we? We were looking at the sizing row properties, being able to scale this, but it's basically going to be scaling at the time of scrolling. But unfortunately, we're not going to know until after we scroll. I just don't want to do this in a way that, well, let's see. We are loading data there. So let me refresh, because in the other scroll, whenever I synchronize for scroll, I logged out that we're loading data. Hickman loading data. And this is based on the scroll. So yeah, we're not loading data. But we will need to adjust those. So yeah, even whenever we the items are in cache, it looks like we're not loading data if they're already cached. And if we're not loading data, I mean, we will need to go through all of the indexes and scale it accordingly. I could probably do that. I guess I don't need to pass that because it looks like we already have a view index range. So how do we do that? Cache. So what if we were to so I need a method for that. If we have that, what do I have? I don't know if that's the right move or not. All right, so for the element, we're going to need to set the other top. I think I removed that, didn't I? Nope. All right, scale view range. So I need to know the other scale. That's going to be a double. So I need to do view index range. Is that right? No, scroll top. So yeah, I will need to have another break whenever the guy gets here to pick up the mattress. He said that it was going to be here in about 30 minutes or so. I live in the boonies, way out in the country. So we're basically just wanting to take the other view range, and for each one of those rows, offset them, but it's going to be based upon the scaled times the last scroll top. Don't really want that to be a double. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Plus equals row height get. So basically, we're not wanting to scale each one. We're just going to scale the scroll location and use that as the anchor point. And then for each one of these, we're just going to increase the offset by the row height. That might work. I don't know. This may or may not work. What did I set the maximum height to? 50,000? That's not going to do anything because I haven't scrolled yet. But I do want to inspect this stuff. So that is 50,000. I don't think I set that right. Sizing row. Yeah, physical height. $50,000 row height. I think that needs to be physical height. Duh. That would have to be physical height. It's like, why is that equal to 50,000? That didn't make any sense. Okay. This makes more sense. So in that particular case, the sizing row is going to be oh, that's the T head. I was like, what? Okay, so yeah, that makes more sense. 49,980. 49,980 divided by 42 pixels. So it's an even number. So we would be able to fit 11,000 or 1,190 records in the available space. So of the 5,000, if we scroll to about 570 or so, that's about half. So that should return record 2,500. See, let's see what that does. It did not set my height or top. That's running, right? Let's just see what this does. May have to go another stream without accomplishing anything. I think I have a better idea of how this is going to work, though. The hard part is the execution. Wait, that's not... It's not triggering the debugger. So it's not even calling skill view range. Where's loaded data? Oh wait, that's this. That's not field. Loaded data is true. Was it true? Loaded data false. So that one should go in here, right? Yeah, okay. So now we hit the other debugger. So my offset, what is the height of this? 49,000. That doesn't seem right. It's going in the opposite direction. So I think I got my scale wrong. Is it the other direction? Physical height divided by needed height. This is IntelliJ. Yes, I'm using a green screen. I think I have some non-green screens in here. No green screen. Yeah, there we go. That's me without a green screen. Or the chroma key turned on. All right, let's try this again. Maybe I just had the scale wrong. Probably. Math is hard. Yes, IntelliJ, unless you're on like an open source project. I mean, you can get the community edition and that works for a lot of people. So JetBrains, there is a community edition of IntelliJ. It's been a while since I've looked at their web page. Looks a little different. IntelliJ IDEA. So yeah, you can go to the download page. There is a community edition. That's really good for majority of just core Java development. My light just turned off. Why did my light turn off? There we go. Woo! That was weird. Did it overheat? May have overheated. I have the space heater on it. But you can see that you just wouldn't get like profiling tools or any of the J2EE server development and database tools. If you want to go up to the Ultimate Edition, it is rather pricey. It does like a scaled pricing, but you can see how expensive it is. Yeah, that's for individual. So individual, it's a little cheaper, but once you get past 3 years, it's only $100 a year. Web development depends on what kind of web development you're talking about. I mean, if you're wanting to do any of like the Spring tools or anything like that, it looks like the JavaScript, TypeScript, HTML kind of support is not in the community edition, but if you can do web development in Notepad, you can use this for sure. All right, so I am going to try this again. Yeah, I like IntelliJ. I switched over to IntelliJ years ago from Eclipse. I mean, Eclipse is a good one, and that one's free. All right, so my offset is 0. That makes sense. All right, that fixed it. Let me pause my breakpoints. Let me scroll pretty far down. Let me scroll up and down a little bit where it doesn't trigger. That not? That is not working? How did I get that to work before? Probably need to, let me go ahead and change that. Whenever I load data, I also need that one. So on all rows added. So then I'm not making a web server. I am currently working on creating a LiveGrid for DominoUI. DominoUI is one of the widget libraries, toolkits, where you can write Java and transpile it into JavaScript, TypeScript, to be able to run in the web browser. But with their data tables, you can see, I was going to say, it's not loading data. All of these different types of data tables, there's different plugins that you can have. I'm creating one that can handle massive row counts without killing the browser. So that is essentially what I'm working on right now. So after all rows have been added, then I can scale the view range. So that should also work. Assuming I have the math right. I must not have the math right. My offset is 0. Why is this having a problem? Not read properties of null. So the element should be there. Let me remove that breakpoint. Let me just refresh real quick, and I can add a breakpoint in a little bit better place. I need to keep my eye on my garage camera. Oh, row is undefined. Oh, duh. I haven't got it yet. So the index is -1. Ow. What is my view range? Oh, it's -1 to -1. It's because view index range is empty. There we go. If the view index's range is empty, we obviously don't want to iterate over any empty items. That's weird. I understand that being empty the first time, but why is it empty the second time? Probably need to grab the latest after a resize. So are those actually scaling their tops? Does not look like it. think I broke it. Hello. Yeah, I think I broke it all. Is that even getting called? Nah, it's not good. Guess I am doing a synchronize view from scroll after a sync delay. That way I'm not loading a bunch of records as I'm scrolling. No, technically, I think all of this is I think all of this is synchronous. So loading of the data, it'll get here after. May not have to worry about. I think it's synchronous. I don't think this fires any asynchronous events. So all of this should be on the same thread of execution. Yeah, this is going to be empty. Need to figure out something to do on the first time through. No, that's not working either. I don't think it's even changing my tops on any of. Yeah, they're all 0. How in the world did I break everything? May have to just look at my local changes. All rows added. This is where we figure out the other scale. All right, so that's the physical height, scale view range, which is going to be empty, most likely, unless we scroll, because I think that we only change that value when we scroll. And here we're scaling that. Yeah. Hey, buddy. How'd you get in my room? My kitty cat somehow got into my office. All right, let's just print out the scale. What is the scale? Let me remove that breakpoint. Scale is 0. How is that possible? That doesn't make any sense. Let's take a look at the physical height. Needed height. Scale. I don't know why I put V's there. Yeah, fingers hurt. Too cold. I wonder what the wind chill is right now. Let me throw it on my face because I have to switch desktops real quick. -14. That is what the current wind chill is. Yeah, that's kind of cold. All right, so that was physical height, needed height, scale is 0. It's probably because it's doing integer math. That is an int. That is an int. I need to convert those to doubles. It's probably a better way to do this. There we go. There's my scale. So it's 0.23. Does that make sense? So if I scroll half that height, which is going to be, let's just do an even 25,000 times 0.28. That is not right. I think that needs to be the scale. 4.2, because if we were to do half of that times 4.2, no, that's not right. Is it right? Ugh. In Java, you have console logs. That's because of Elemental. With JS Interop and Elemental, we have the all of the access to the global variables. So here we have DOM global. So it's just a static import. I could have just done DOM global dot console. Oops. Foo. And that's the same sort of thing, but with the static import, it makes it look more like a JavaScript. You can do the same thing with like document. So if I wanted to do like a create element div, I can even static import that. There we go. And whenever that returns, it returns an element. So it's only the small facade wrapper. Well, it's not wrapper classes. They actually represent the real objects behind the scenes, but allows you to interact with all of the JavaScript and window environment browser. That doesn't seem right, does it? Because my maximum height is 49,000. So I think it's, let me think about this for a little bit. Is that right? 210,000? Yeah, that's 42. Which is the answer to everything. I'm just not thinking clearly. So if the needed height is 210,000 pixels, but we have to scale it to 49,000. So this is to this. Yeah, that makes sense. So I can do like if I were to scroll halfway down, I don't think that really makes sense. We're probably just needing to get the offset based upon the index. So if I were to hand it 25,000, I'm going to want the index that would represent the approximation of that. No, that's not correct. Is it? No. I may need to take a break. Let me check my front yard, see if that guy's here yet, and I will be right back. Nope, not here yet. I'm just gonna keep my phone up to my screen so that I can see if he gets here, and I'll probably just call the stream at that time because I need to think about this a little bit further because I think I have the scale just completely wrong here. Because essentially, what I'm wanting to do, if I were to scroll 50% of the way through, 50% of the physical height, I need to equate that to 50% of the needed height to figure out what index that would represent. Right? How do I figure out that? Get view range for current view. So I have the table height, body count. So this is how many records can actually fit. So then we have the last scroll top, but we have to scale it because the scroll top is within the physical height, but I need a representation of what it would be in the total height divided by row height. And that would give me the view start index, right? So last scroll top. So I do need to multiply that. So if it's, let's say that it's 25,000, because that's going to be roughly half, roughly 50%, I'm going to want index 2500. So if I were to multiply that by 0.238, That doesn't seem right. So I think my scale before was correct. Because we're basically wanting to go this direction. So let me refresh that again. There we go. So 4.2 this time. So if I were to do that by 4.201 whatever, that gives me 105, which is 50% of that. So that makes a lot more sense. So then divided by the 42 pixels, and that gives me roughly around index 2500, and that's exactly what I was needing. But this is not updating any of these. Oh wait, these are. But that is going the wrong direction. That is going the wrong direction because we are translating this. Oops, too far. All right, scale, view, and range. All right, so I think I'm getting this. So if this is 4, scale times the last scroll top, that is the offset as it would be with the needed height because we're scaling it. Is that right though? So if I scroll towards the middle, should have like records, and that's not the middle though. So if I do, wait, why is it? Oh, I need to change the top because it's expanding. Let's not do this because the math is wrong. So let me it's all going to remain 0. I need to first figure out if the correct indexes are there. So let's just do this in multi-parts. All right, so here we have indices 0 through 13. Ignore how it's rendered because I'm not changing the top yet. If I scroll about halfway, yeah. So it is, that's good. That is determining the correct indexes. So now we have to scale, view, range. So we have this scale. Ignore this. This is all dumb. We basically need to... We can probably just do that first. So once we have the scale, we need to take the view index range, get start index, times this row height, and scale that. Right? Scale. Which direction is this scaling? That is the important thing. This is probably scaling the wrong direction. So scaling here, scaling This is scaling from the physical to the needed. Right? Because if we have a scroll top, oh boy, that's based on the physical, and that converts to the needed height, the virtual height, physical to virtual. Let me call it virtual, because I don't know if that's the right way. It's not the fake height. It's the one that we actually need. What's another word for that? What is a good word for that? It's not virtual. As long as I remember what it is. So then this makes sense. So it's scales from physical to virtual, divided by that to figure out what the view index is. So then down here, we have the opposite direction. So I need to scale up versus scale down, right? So I'm gonna call this one scale up. Oh, I need to go. I will be right back. boy, that was not fun. The guy came in a SUV. Trying to put a California King in the back of a SUV wasn't fun. All right, so I am going to go no camera for a little bit. I think got my breath under control a little bit. So basically need to just have it scaled down. I think that's correct. So we're going to need the offset. All right, so the view index range get start index times the row height get. This is where the it should be, but then I need to scale down to the offset. That's fine. We'll just see if this has any issues. Hopefully this will work. Would like a success in this stream. Load data. Alright, I'm not doing anything on the initial load. But I do want to be able to see 0 through 14. So if I scroll about halfway. What? Did that work? All right, so we're gonna have a little bit of issue. Oh, that was weird. We're so close. We're so close. But I think the other problem is I'm only changing the top on the view range and not the everything that's in the cache. I probably need to do everything in the cache. Scale view range. Scale DOM rows. So yeah, we do need to do all of these, not just the physical ones. See, that's going to be a little difficult. I mean, we have the offset, but that's just going to be that. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Because of the fact that this is not necessarily, because we're appending always, these are not necessarily going to be in sequential order. See, whenever I scroll, you can see that only some of these are getting updated, and it's only the ones that are within that range. So that, like this 4877, it's hanging there because it wasn't updated, because that's not technically part of the other view range, but it was already in the DOM, so I need to get that one out of the way too. It needs to scale as well, but I don't really want to use their indexes for that. I think that's a bad idea. Yeah, you can see some of these are actually being hidden because those are on top. So if I were to change like the Z index, you can see that it's above. That we have clashing records here. So that's not good. That is not good. What is the best way to scale the DOM rows? Oh, we're so close though. We do need to go through all of these. I'm just wondering, is it safe to use the data index? Let's try it. I mean, it might have tiny bit of overlap because of the math involved. Because I mean, not because of this. Because this is double, so it's going to have a problem whenever we're truncating that to an int. Cache. I don't want to call get, because that assumes I know what's in there. This is going to be based on that start index, which is probably going to be different. Yeah, I'm going to have to do for something in cache. Can LRU cache be a implements? No, I'm just going to return all of the rows. No, this is a generic cache, isn't it? So this is going to be a list of T. Get values. Come on, import. All right, I'm just gonna get rid of that. I'm watching the clock now because my kids will be coming home soon. So if we were just to iterate over the cache for cache get values, row, get index for this row, times row height, get scale down, element style top equals that plus px. Get rid of that. Let's see what this looks like. This is actually putting top as being a double, so this will actually be a little bit more accurate, assuming that it's able to do the subpixel rendering. That did not work. That is worse. Why? It's probably because I'm scaling down wrong. I'm scaling this wrong. So I need to get the index from that row times the row height. Or virtual top. I think I'm naming this in the opposite direction because I think it's my scale. I mean, obviously that doesn't work because I haven't changed it yet. So if we go down about halfway, this is about halfway, so this is, it's at least got the indexes correctish. Because if I go all the way up, it should be 0 through 13 again, and it is. Go all the way down. That one we'll have to fix because we're losing some precision. We're not getting all 5,000 records. So I think we need to do our rounding a little bit differently, like round up maybe. But let's take a look at the console. The top is 209, is that correct? Times 5,000. So the full top is going to be 210,000. So yeah, that's correct. And then the scale is like, so if I look at $49.76. Six times 42. That's the real one, so I need to divide, right? What is my scale? It's 4.2. Looks like my kids are home. Say that looks correct. 49.74. Yeah, because we are. What's our total height? 49,980. So if we were to look at record 5,000, yeah, that's actually wrong. We can't do that. Oh wait, record 5,000. It needs to be 4,999. That's right. So that is the scaled version of that. Yeah, that's not gonna work. We can't scale each individual one. Oh, that's going to throw a wrench in some of this. Because it's like all of the rest of these. We need to take a look at the view index and z-index them higher. I don't want to mess around with z-index because some of the issues that we had with release candidate 17 were with z-index, so I really don't want to mess with z-indexes. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. We've been going for 2.5 hours. My fingers are frozen, and my kids are home. We are closer. I just need to figure out the scale. We got it really close. The issue that I had was with some of the other rows getting written on top of the other rows. So that is what I'm going to address next week. So I appreciate you coming on, and anyone that's viewing. It looks like my the sun is on my green screen, so you can see it behind me. But we will catch you again this time next week. Well, not this time, but around noonish Eastern time next week. And then we can hopefully wrap this up, because it is long overdue to actually wrap this up. There's a couple of issues that I need to deal with in regards to the LiveGrid. But I think those are minor compared to being able to scale based upon the height of the main div. So need to figure that out. I'll probably test a few things out. I might go ahead and stash these changes, maybe save them, commit them, just to see. Clean up some of this stuff that I don't need anymore, because I don't care about any of that. Yeah, that's the thing. I just need to figure out how to do the scale because of the non-contiguous indexes in here. See, if I scroll all the way down, you can see that, well, let me scroll all the way back up. You can see that I have some indexes from way down there, but because of how the LRU cache works, they're still in the DOM because we haven't popped them off yet. If we were to start scrolling a little bit here, it'll eventually knock those off. You can see them slowly disappearing whenever I'm adding more to the bottom. These are getting knocked off the top. There might be something I can do with that, but it even happens whenever I'm going that direction. I might be able to grab the index . If I were to go through, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I really do need to wrap it up. So again, thanks for watching, and we will come back next week.